Hey, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're catching this video. Hope you're having a good one. It's going to be a very, very heated episode here for the Game 36 recap. Edmonton Oilers versus the Minnesota Wild, and I will tell you why. You're down a goalie. You're down your starting goalie, all right? You're at the end of a road trip. You have an afternoon matinee game. All right, as a fan, we're waking up. We're excited about this. We're obviously worried. Minnesota just got Quinn Hughes, and they've been on a tear lately. And you're down your starting goalie. But fortunately, your top two lines have been clicking for the last, 8 games? And on that second line is Matthew Savoy, who I've been calling for since I saw him play 5 games to be on that second line. Somebody please tell me why Coach Kris Knoblauch is putting Trent Frederic on the second line to start the game. For what reason? Why on earth would you do that? It makes no sense. And when you do that, Savoy gets dropped to the third line, and he is flanking the wing with Mangiapane, and they're both 5'9". Like, come on. This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, you tie the game up 2-2 in the first period. Minnesota brought it on strong. Kudos to them. And you managed to get through that period. You tied the game. And then once again, with a few seconds left, who does the coach decide to put on the ice for defense? He puts Emberson on the ice, who's been playing horrible the last few games. Like, these decisions make absolutely no sense. And at some point, it's got to be called out. And I'm going to start by calling it out. These are ridiculous decisions that are being made. So that's my rant. If you wanted it, you got it. Because we're just throwing points away. We were in this game. We had, we knew it was going to be a tough game. But when you have Draisaitl and McDavid, you have a chance every game. Until you start doing these things. Until you start bickering and twinkering around with the lines again, which was the first 25 games of the year. Knoblauch couldn't put lines together for 2 consecutive games. Like, it's ridiculous. Your bottom 6 are horrible. They're playing horrible. They are not producing anything. And you come up with the bright idea to, hey, let's start Trent Frederic on the second line for this game? Come on. What are we doing here? Like, ridiculous. And, people are calling out Pickard and saying Pickard's our backup goalie. And he's starting this game, and he gives what he gives. And he made some big saves. The score could have been way worse than what it was. But at the end of the day, these decisions that keep wrecking the chemistry of the lines, you don't have a third line. You don't have a fourth line. At least keep the top 2 lines the way they are. That's what's happening right now. So to go in and make the second line now weak puts all the pressure on McDavid, Hyman, and Nuge to produce all the offense. And it's going to be tough against a team like Minnesota to go at them with one line. Like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So that's my 2 cents on the game. And, it's just, I'm tired of throwing away points because of these decisions. So the Oilers lose 5-2 against the Minnesota Wild. 37 shots on goal by the Wild. Compared to 30 for the Oilers. And once again, Kelly Sutherland has to make him the star of the game and be the spotlight of the game by giving Draisaitl an additional 2 minutes. That obviously is going to make your team very tired. They capitalized on the first 2 minutes, and then they had another 2 minutes. So, I mean, the fact that the Oilers were about to get out of that period tied 2-2, and then you make a decision to put your bottom pairing D on with a few seconds left, just makes no sense. right? Like, I'm a fan. And as a fan, I can see this so clearly. I'm not a coach that went and has all this experience. An average fan knows not to do that. Like, how they're doing this kind of stuff just makes no sense to me. So, enough of that. Let's just go to X and see what the Oilers faithful are saying and check out a couple of these highlights. But man, I'm fuming right now. I am totally fuming right now because of these decisions that are being made by Kris Knoblauch. It's ridiculous. So having said that, before we go to X, like, nice transition first of all, but like, it's ridiculous. Anyways, if this is your first time watching the channel, trust me, it's not always like this. But if you could kindly consider subscribing to the channel, we'd really appreciate it. And before we head on over to X to see what is going on, you can follow us at Frozen Oil Hockey. We are on X, Instagram, and TikTok. So moving over, transitioning on here to X. Let's see what's going on. We're going to kick it off with none other than Darnell Nurse. Interview after the game. I'm very excited to see what he has to say. But Darnell Nurse is another one. Like, he couldn't get a shot through. Like, so many. Okay, if you only took, 3 shots the whole game or whatever, and you couldn't get any through, whatever. But he took so many shots and not one puck got through. And that's not including the passes that didn't get through. Every single pass he would make is going off a stick and going the other way. And then he's caught because he continues to pinch. It's unbelievable. All the coach has to say is stop pinching. And we'll stop getting caught on those transitions by the team the other way when Darnell Nurse is on the ice. We had to bring in one of the best skating defensemen in Stastny and pair him up with Nurse because of the constant pinching. It's got to stop. I mean, if you're successful with these pinches, okay, but it's not working. You're successful like less than 5% of the time. So anyways, let's head on over to X here and see what's going on. I'm going to turn this music down here so we could see what Darnell Nurse has to say.
Darnell, a lot of goals in that opening frame. Maybe just take us through the effort and trying to tie this thing up in the second and third period.
Yeah, a lot of offense there in the first. I thought second period played really well in limited chances, and they were able to capitalize there in the third. But picks was great for us tonight, and yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot going on in that first period. What do you think was the difference in terms of not coming into the dressing room tied, instead being down by 1 after 20?
It's just
see, right there is what if the reporter should be saying what it is, not coming into the period not tied. Say what happened there on defense with 6 seconds left in the first period, which was the game-winning goal. That's the question that should be said, not this sugar-coating thing that keeps happening from the Oilers media.
Yeah, they made a couple plays there at the end of the period, obviously, and were able to capitalize. So it wasn't for lack of effort on our part, because we're out there working. But they made a play there coming into the end of that frame, and obviously we battled though and came out and responded the right way the next period.
You guys closed this road trip with a 3-2 record. How do you assess this record? This road trip overall, Darnell?
I thought there was a lot of good in our game over the course of those 5 games. Played some good teams, and I thought our group for the most part throughout the whole road trip found ways to contribute up and down that.
I know you just finished playing the Minnesota Wild, but a quick comment on the Vegas Golden Knights. Second half of a back-to-back, lots of travel for you. What do you need to see from your group tomorrow night?
Oh, looking forward to it. I think obviously big divisional game, a team that we obviously played against each other a lot these last couple of years, and I think everyone will be up for that one.
I don't know. Sometimes I say, why do I get so mad when it doesn't even look like Darnell Nurse is concerned about losing that game? That's what I'm getting out of this. Why am I so upset? When a guy on the team that has a major role seems like he doesn't even care that he just lost. I'm at a loss of words sometimes with this stuff. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. All right, let's go to something a little more interesting here with Shannon. Shannon, for those following me throwing an Oilers birthday party for my Flames fan boss in his office, just enough to be annoying. All right, I'm one of those following to see what's going on. Let's check it out. All right, you got a smiley face on the door, looks like. All right, you got some blue and orange there. That's cool. Ah, there it is. Happy birthday. Oh, I like these lights here. Good job, Shannon. Good. Oh, he's going to love that. Awesome. That's awesome. There, you made me laugh after the decision making by Kris Knoblauch. You actually made me laugh. So thanks, Shani. That's at Shani19. Let's check out this tip here.
Protecting his Bouchard, down low, Draisaitl. Return to Bouchard. Loading up. Shot. Tipped home. Beautiful tip in front, and it's Andrew Mangiapane.
Beautiful
and
tip.
boy, did he need that. His first goal in 22 games puts the Oilers on the board.
New Minnesota really rolling. 4 minutes of a power play, they score one. Good shot from the blue line, the first one with traffic. It was McDavid that kind of fought his way into the offensive zone. Perfect redirection by Mangiapane on the second one. Little wrister by Bouchard, so important.
Perfect shot, perfect tip, great goal. And let's check out McDavid, who continues.
Not much of a pass back to him, but he'll get it back anyways. McDavid again. Draisaitl
being on
shot.
fire.
Rebound. Sitting and scoring. The Oilers finally bury it. I think it was McDavid who tucked it home. And we are tied
I thought
at
after that
two.
goal, honestly, I thought after that goal, the Oilers are just going to take over this game. They got through that initial push by the Wild, and then that last second back-breaking goal by Minnesota. Just horrible. Those last second goals are the worst things ever. Next one from Oilers top 50 stats. Zach Hyman's 120th assist as an Oiler ties Ken Linseman, the Rat, for the 35th most in Oilers franchise history. Congrats to Zach for that. Next one from Oilers John. Soft-ass penalty, and then soft-ass Kelly Sutherland cries and gives Leon 2 more minutes. This league is so effing soft. And that's, again, we touched on it at the top of the episode. Every single time Sutherland is reffing the Oilers games, it seems like stuff out of the ordinary keeps happening. So, and that's another one. Just ridiculous. Next one here from Dan Fika. The team has one loss on this road trip, and he changes the top 6. KK is an absolute galaxy brain coach who thinks he's the main character. Oh, and the player who deserved the promotion is too offensively gifted, which KK hates. I mean, out of everyone that's available, the last guy I would have put on the second line is Trent Frederick. That's the way he's playing. He has 3 points in 35 games for the Oilers, and most of those points came at the beginning of the season when he was on the top line with Connor McDavid. A ridiculous decision. Ridiculous. I would have put Quinn Hudson on the second line to start the game before putting Trent Frederick. Like, come on. Next one, Golden Hockey. Oilers bottom 6 doing a whole lot of nothing today. Henrique Frederick is just not good enough from some of these guys. Roslovic can't come back soon enough. Honestly, we need some guys to get healthy. Next one from Brad Lauder. The more I watch Stastny, the more I'm baffled that Trotz basically gave him to the Oilers for nothing. Smart D-man that can skate, move the puck, and is rarely out of position. Great find for the pro scouts, and Bowman. Yeah, so far so good with Stastny, that's for sure. And last but not least, from Gino Hard, With Tristan Jarry injured, the Oilers tandem of Connor Ingram, .856 save percentage, and Calvin Pickard, .858 save percentage, are rocking the worst save percentage in the AHL and NHL respectively among qualified goalies. I mean, yeah, we're going to continue to get heat from everywhere for our goaltending situation that we're in because of Ken Holland. And that Jack Campbell contract is just probably one of the biggest catalysts for this. But this goaltending situation goes back to Chiarelli and really back to McDavid's early years with the team. I mean, it's been 10 years. So yeah, that's it for today. It's not like we have to wait long for another video. We play the Vegas Golden Knights tomorrow, Sunday, at home at 6 o'clock, and we are going to need all engines go against the Vegas Golden Knights. So it's going to be a fun one. So make sure to check it out, and we will catch you on the next video. And most importantly, go Oilers, go.
Frozen or hockey, the channels you need. Oilers on the ice, unstoppable speed. Chasing the cup, we're gonna succeed. With David leading, we're built to exceed.
Frozen or hockey,